Hey you guys, what is up? What is happening? What is going on? Ashley here with AHM Artistry, and in today's video we are slathering my whole face and my entire existence in the brand new Jeffree Star Cosmetics Magic Star Concealer and the Magic Star Setting Powder. We're going to be putting these through the test. I'm going to show you how the blendability is, how the pigmentation is. We're going to be talking about price per ounce, and we are even going to be doing a wear test, of course, because we want to see how they actually wear and perform. So if that all sounds good and dandy to you, then we're just going to jump right into it. So you can just sit back, hang tight, and keep on watching. Okay, we are gonna jump right into this, but there's a couple things that I want to say real quick. And P.S. I know I look a little crazy with only my brows done. They're large and in charge, and my hair back, whatever. If you're new to my channel, this is just who I am, baby. Just living my life. But anyways, let's talk about this stuff. First of all, I ordered from Beautylish again, and just like the Blue Blood palette, oh my gosh, Beautylish is seriously on it. I ordered this stuff the day it launched on Friday at 10 a.m. It was in my hands Tuesday afternoon. You guys, when they say 2-day shipping, they mean it. I mean, I'm in Southern California and not in a rural area, so I don't know if that makes a difference, but, and not only that, is their packaging is so beautiful. They have that beautiful Jeffree Star like tattoo tissue paper, and everything's double wrapped, and every time they include like a travel size sample, not a little foil pack, an actual travel size sample. So here are the goods. Let me show you guys these up close. We have the Magic Star Concealer and we have the powder. Now I did order the C0, but that one's for a different video. For me, I ordered C7. It was very difficult to make a match online, so I feel you guys on that, but we're gonna hopefully work it out today. Man, this packaging is really beautiful though. It has to be the prettiest concealer that I've ever used. I don't know if you're paying just for the packaging here, but it is so pretty. And this is the shade C7. And then I also, at the very last minute, decided not to get the translucent Magic Star powder, and I decided to get the beige because the translucent powder looked like seriously white, and I just didn't want to have any cast or anything like that. So I went with beige because it looked like the closest to my skin tone, and hopefully it doesn't turn yellow or anything weird like some powders can do. Here is the setting powder container. It doesn't feel like super luxurious per se, but it doesn't feel like too cheap either. This is definitely like a plastic container. It's not like a metal one or anything. The only thing is the fingerprints get all over it, so if that bugs you, definitely keep that in mind. Here is the shade Beige, so you can see what that looks like. That's just a nice neutral base, definitely. Still on the lighter side. Let's talk about price point really quickly because it is a point of contention for a lot of people. Both of these are $22, which sounds all good and dandy, like a luxury type of brand. I would say it's like mid-range type of brand, being $22 for a powder, $22 for a concealer. That sounds amazing, but there's always a but. I originally saw this on Beauty Deals BFF on Instagram. She posts like sales, and then she also posts price breakdowns per ounce of product, which I love because I oftentimes forget to do. I do that in the grocery store a lot, but I oftentimes forget to do about makeup. And when she broke down this concealer, it was like, oh my gosh. When I was watching the Jeffree Star launch video, they were going on and on about how great the price point was and how they feel like brands are gouging and blah, blah, blah. And it was just like, yeah, totally. And then I found out how much it is per ounce, and it's like, that's a little shady. That's a little shady. So this concealer is $22, yes, but it is $186.44 an ounce, which that's a lot compared to some of your probably favorite high-end concealers. Now in comparison, Beauty Deals at BFF broke down a lot of top-selling high-rated concealers for you guys just to like show you that. For instance, the Tarte Shape Tape breaks down to $81.81 an ounce. That is like half the cost, not more than half the cost than this one. The Too Faced Born This Way concealer is $58 an ounce. Like, and you can go over and check out her Instagram, and it breaks it all down for you. And it's crazy. It's, to me, that's crazy. We will see. Hopefully it performs. Maybe this concealer is one of those that you only need a little bit. A little bit goes a long way. But we're gonna see. And then I feel like the powder isn't too bad on price per ounce. This one breaks down to $62.32 per ounce, which I don't feel is that bad. It looks about mid-range as far as a lot of them go. The comparable one would be the Kylie Cosmetics ones for $68.57. The Too Faced ones are around the $26 per ounce price point. And my new favorite Hourglass is $127.78 per ounce. So this one is about half the price of that. So I will give him that. Hopefully it compares because I don't like how expensive that powder is, but I like the finish. So crossing my fingers on this one. We'll see about this. So if you want to see more price comparison breakdown, definitely check out Beauty Deals with BFF on Instagram. I'll link her down in the description box, and it's great to follow in case you ever want to see makeup sales and price point breakdowns and all that stuff. She's awesome. Her Insta stories, she is on the daily. But anyways, let's go ahead and slather this product on my face. I'm gonna zoom you in and let's get started. Now I've already primed and prepped my face. This time I used the Tarte Quench primer because it worked really good with this cosmetics foundation that I'm using in a minute. And I've already done my brows, as you can probably tell from outer space. So let's go ahead and carve out those brows because let's see how it performs. Okay, here we go, Seed 7. I'm gonna take a little bit on the back of my hand, although that looks like a great precision wand. No, okay, it's gonna need a brush. I don't know. I got excited. I got overly excited. So I have a little bit on the back of my hand, and I'm going to carve out right underneath my brow and around my brow. I'm gonna just do all around my brow. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, that's going on super easily, very creamy, very smooth, so I'm liking that so far. And while I'm here, I'm just gonna cover my entire lid with this, almost using it like a primer. Wow, that feels really nice, really soft to the touch, not like sticky or anything, almost like it's just a nice finish. Huh. Okay, I'm gonna do my other brow, I'll be right back. Wow, if my eyebrows weren't glowing before, now they really are. I went ahead and set my eyelids with the Bare shade in the new nude palette just to set everything. I just want a neutral, plain old Jane look today. Sometimes concealers will still crease even when I set them on my lid, so that'll be a good test too. Let me go ahead and cover up my discoloration that I always cover before foundation. Ooh, that feels really nice going on. It really does. It feels like almost like there's a silicone in there. Very like silky feeling. That's the word I'm looking for, silky. Let's blend this out, see the kind of coverage we get. That color is pretty spot on. Oh yay, okay, that was a little nervous. That is light, medium, neutral, in case you don't know, which is about what I would describe myself. He was saying that it doesn't dry too fast, you can still blend, and yeah, it has a little bit of a stick to it, still not dry. I'm gonna go ahead and do my foundation. I'm gonna use the IT Cosmetics Confidence in a foundation today, and then we'll apply the concealer and powder everywhere else. Here we go with the concealer everywhere else. I'm gonna try not to overdo the concealer too much, but I'll do somewhere in between today. I'll do somewhere in between too little and too much. Just right, hopefully. Wow, I just love how smooth and silky it feels going on. I can't get over that. That was probably too much, but girl just can't help herself. I'm gonna blend it out with this little brush because it tends to keep the coverage really high as opposed to a beauty blender. This is the Iconic London HD blend brush. Has like a little face set with 4 brushes. Blending out real easy, and then still kept that highlight. Yeah, okay. Go smaller brush. Smaller brush full of nooks and crannies. Same thing, HD blend brush from Iconic London. Down node. Spreading really easily, not drying like he said it wouldn't. Going well. Always tap off the excess with the sponge. That was a pleasant experience for applying concealer. Wasn't expecting that. Even down here, still feels a little tacky. So, like he mentioned, very hydrating feeling. It kind of has like a satin finish, not super, super dewy, but definitely has a glow to it. So that is very accurate. Felt great applying, blended really easily. The only thing I would say is still has a stick. So unless you waited a while to let it set, you're probably gonna have to go in with a powder. So I'm gonna go in with his powder anyways. This is the Magic Star powder, like I mentioned, in the shade Beige. Now, I opened this yesterday when I got it just to like make sure everything that I ordered was right and ready for the video, but I didn't actually touch any of these products. But when I opened this is probably what I didn't love, is that there's already powder all jumbled up inside. Like there was no protective sleeve or anything to stop it from getting everywhere. So I didn't love that, but oh, here there is a protective sleeve. It just didn't work. Okay, all right, yeah, so I'll have to work on that. I do like the pull tab. That is nice, super easy to get my fingers into, but it just didn't work that well. So nitpicking, I know, but that's what we're here for. Little sifter guy, let's tap a little bit in. I don't do too much powder since I'm dry, but just enough. That does smell good. My smeller's a little off right now, but coconut cake, pineapple upside down cake, Hawaii. The islands are calling and I must go. Bacon and egg. It smells like breakfast food, like a breakfast pastry. Don't take my word for that though, because like I said, my smeller is off. Since I talk nonstop, let me tap off one more time. Okay, now I always take this Real Techniques brush and just swirl a little bit, tap it, and do my under eyes first. So looking straight ahead. Oh, that's going nicely. Powdered and not powdered. You see I still have all that shine there. This did mattify a little bit, but it's not too matte. I feel like I still have a glow to my skin. Pancakes and syrup. What is that smell? You know when you smell something and you just can't put your finger on it and it drives you crazy? Now I'm gonna take my fluffy brush off and powder the rest. Yes, this is still tacky. Yep, still tacky. Okay. If you don't like setting your face with powder, then this may not be the concealer for you because it definitely stays sticky to the touch. So keep that in mind too. Okay, everything feels great. I don't feel too dry. I feel like I have some silkiness left. So let me show you guys this. Ooh, looks pretty flawless. Pretty nice. Let me turn down my lights a little bit. I'm liking that finish. Full coverage, looking real good. I have like a little pimple that's coming up and I barely tried to cover it and it covered it, no problem. All the redness is gone. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of my makeup and then I'll show you guys what that looks like, if I have any other thoughts, and then we are gonna do a wear test, so don't click away yet. I'll be right back in 0.3 seconds, and I know that because I edit it and I edit the transition to be 0.3 seconds. Go. The rest of the makeup is all done. Let me zoom you guys in a little bit so you can see everything. Okay, and lights are dim so you can like really see my texture and everything, but nothing was like overly emphasized in texture. Still feels nice, not super matte, but not dewy either. I do have a tiny itty bit of creasing under the eyes. Hopefully you guys can tell. Very, very minor. Like I have to be like a really up close to see a little itty bitty line of creasing. So not too bad, honestly. My eyes are watering like crazy. This is gonna be an interesting wear test, and my nose too. So so yeah, thoughts are still the same. A great coverage, super blendable. Let's see how the wear time is though, because that's what I'm really curious about. It's already been on for like an hour because I take forever to get ready sometimes, and I just take my time and I'm like do. So it's already been on for an hour. This is how everything's looking. Let me show you how it looks at the full 8-hour test, which is in 7 more hours. So I will check back in a jiffy jab. All right, you guys, it's been a little over 8 hours, and I have to say this wear test was very telling. Now, first of all, disclaimer, I am getting sick. Like I mentioned throughout the video, I was just having some issues. My eyes are watering and my nostril on this side only is running. So we're not gonna judge that area because I had to Kleenex a lot. But we're powering through this 8-hour wear test for sure. I don't have a fever or nothing like that. It's just a stuffy nose kind of situation. But let me zoom you in case you can't see the shine going on. You can like really see the oil factor all up in this business, which is a little bit weird for me since I have dry skin. I'm not really used to getting this much oil production, and I've used the combo of everything except obviously the concealer and powder is the only thing that's new. I wouldn't say this is the concealer getting oily though. It's definitely the powder either making me oily or not controlling oil. Before jumping on here, I double checked the specifications and the claims of this powder and concealer, and the powder claims to control oil. Now I'm not seeing that control at all, which I don't tend to be oily, so that's a little bit odd. It does claim to blur imperfections and give skin like an airbrush finish. I would say that, like not as much anymore, but when I first put it on, like, wow. I started editing the portion that you guys already saw, and I was like, wow, my skin looks really nice and glowy. It definitely looks full coverage. I think the concealer is full coverage. I think it covers up imperfections beautifully and brightens. My skin just overall looked glowy, but now it's just like, it's not as long wearing. I don't know if the concealer will be long wearing with a different powder, but this powder is not long wearing. It's weird. even though it's not controlling oil, I do like it. I think for me, I would change out like the primer and kind of test it out to see, because I really like the finish of the powder. I think it's beautiful. It is kind of competing with the Hourglass in my opinion, except the Hourglass controls oil a little bit better. So more testing will be required on the powder. And then as far as the concealer goes, only area I have concern with is my under eyes. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'll try to zoom in, but I have a lot more creasing on both sides. Like I mentioned right away, like I had a little itty bitty tiny. This side in particular is like really creased. And I know I'm like getting a cold, but I'm not sneezing a lot, I'm not coughing a lot, so other than just like an irritating nose, it's not that bad. And like a cough once an hour, it's not that bad. So I don't think it's that's disturbing this makeup and my review. Just this darn runny nose. So this side's gonna be all red just because I've been wiping, but you'll see over here, then this would be the powder. I just have a little bit of separation, and maybe it's the concealer right here, but I have a little bit of texturing around my lip and my smile lines. Like I don't usually have a problem with my smile lines, but this grease factor is just like next level. I don't think the concealer even like stands a chance at this point. So I will be testing this concealer and powder out both together and separately and stuff over the next couple weeks, and I'll update you guys if my opinions change or anything. I know first impressions can be kind of difficult, but hopefully this gives you an idea. I've never had like an 8-hour wear test. No, I have, but this is a good 8-hour wear test. Like I got to really know this powder at least. I was surprised. I thought I'd be like, it's just a powder, but this really surprised me. This powder really surprised me. But the concealer, okay, if you ever use the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop concealer, the consistency of the Magic Star concealer feels very similar to me on that, and I wanted to like that concealer so bad, but my perfect shade oxidizes to dark orange. It is crazy, so I haven't been able to find my shade in that one. This one though, didn't oxidize. Sometimes I get like weird like cast of yellow and stuff around that area. Everything looks the way it applied. Like I don't have any weird oxidization with the concealer or the powder, so I'm liking that. I would say my biggest complaint right now is just the wear time, and that may be able to like adjust depending on my base layer product. So keep that in mind when you're trying out this concealer. And that is about it. If you have any other questions about this and my experience so far, definitely leave them down below and we'll get the conversation going. Let me know if you've picked any of these products up, if you're able to snag them, or if you are waiting for a restock, or you're just waiting to see them in stores and try to figure out the shade, because it's hard. All right, my love bugs, that is it for today's video. I hope that was informative, and I hope that you enjoyed and got like a little taste of this little Magic Star stuff. Let me know what you're thinking about these products down in the comments below, and make sure you are subscribed to me if you haven't yet. Go down and hit that little red subscribe button. That way you get notified when I post new videos, because I have another one coming doing the C0 concealer. Something specific, something special. No spoilers here, but if it's already done, I will link it in the description box, or I'll pop it somewhere, maybe in the comments. I'll pin a comment covering this one and what I have in store for that. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching, and I hope that every single one of you out there have a great, freaking awesome, magical day. So let's go ahead and jump right into the video. If that all... Everything's falling out. Forms. Cute. Real cute. If you don't like setting powder with your face, powder with your face. So I was trying to take pictures of powder for a thumbnail, and I just dropped it. Thank God I had just got half of the powder back in the sifter and closed it, because now it's everywhere. All right, this sick girl is taking off these lashes and taking a bath. Bye.